retail pros, and welcome back to the Fairway to Retail Success and AGM podcast. I'm your host, Justine, the AGM's Director of Membership and Education. Today's guest is someone who brings a vibrant, creative energy to everything she does in the shop. Wendy Cash, the retail manager at the Country Club of Virginia in Richmond, Virginia. The Country Club of Virginia was recognized as a 2025 Platinum Award winning facility. Before entering the golf industry, Wendy was a top-tier trainer for a major company traveling across states to improve operations. She brought that same passion for excellence in training to the Country Club of Virginia, where she's been a driving force in retail for the past 9 years. From joining AGM in her very first month to completing the Certified Retail Manager program during a challenging time of her life, Wendy's story is full of resilience and heart. We're talking today about what it means to bring joy, learning, and connection into your shop, whether that's with staff training games, member feedback groups, or simply staying present and positive when life gets tough. Wendy is truly a ray of sunshine, and we are so excited to have her join us today. So, Wendy, thank you for being here. I'm so delighted to have you as a podcast guest.
Thank you. It's an honor. So I am very thankful that you asked me.
Amazing. So you've had a really interesting career path from corporate training to golf retail. What first drew you into the golf industry and what's kept you here for 9 years?
Honestly, I saw the ad on Indeed, and so I applied, and my husband said, "What do you know about golf?" I said, "Nothing, but I know how to run a shop." So that's how it started, and I would never leave. The golf industry is amazing. First of all, you drive into work, beautiful scenery, and then the golf community is just a small community, and there's everyone's so helpful. It's like family.
Definitely a lot like family. So I know a fun thing you do at your facility is that yourself and one of your colleagues, who's named Jessica Moneymaker, go by Cash Money for Wendy Cash and Jessica Moneymaker, which is so fun. So can you tell us a little bit of what it's like running a retail operation as a duo between you both and how you collaborate day to day? I think that could be an interesting approach.
Yeah, it's great to have cash money. We will attend meetings together, so both shops will carry a variety. We will not carry the same vendor, so we can add more to the memberships. And we go to all the meetings, and even if I'll know, okay, I'm not going to carry that vendor, but I need to know what's in her shop so I could do it differently. And so that helps a lot. If something's not selling at my shop, we could bounce items back and forth to see how that works. We'll collaborate on sales and make sure membership gets the deal at both locations. Like the Ladies' Day was at Jess's location, and they get a coupon, sealed coupon that they can present at the register. And if they didn't see anything, they're more than welcome to bring it to my shop. So it works out well for the membership. I think they're happy.
That's awesome. I love that. There's a lot of potential there, it sounds like, of different things might work differently in different locations, and your members seeing different brands or different styles in different locations. So they might learn that they need to visit both shops to see everything, so to speak. And then it's also an opportunity to move things around if something's not performing in one shop, moving it somewhere else, trying out different things. That's amazing. So is it two shop locations on your property altogether?
Yes and no. So we have a tennis shop, we have my shop, and then we have the river shop, but you have to drive. It's maybe like 14 miles.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they have two courses, and we have one at mine.
Gotcha. Gotcha. That's awesome. I love that. There's a lot of opportunities there, and branding yourself as Cash Money is such a fun thing. Do the members know you as that as well, or more so on the staff side of things?
No, they know us, the members, when we go anywhere, we even have a signature on our email. And sometimes it's funny because like when we check into a hotel and they'll ask whose name is it under, and I'm like, try Wendy Cash. And then Jess is like, or Jessica Moneymaker. And they look up like, are you two for real?
Yeah, yeah. And what great last names for a retail operation. That's so fun.
Yes.
Funny how those things work out. So I know you were an early adopter, so to speak, of participating in our Certified Retail Manager program, our CRM program, and you took those classes during some health challenges you were facing, which is an incredibly powerful story. What did that experience mean to you, both personally and professionally?
So personally, it helped me in so many ways. I was battling breast cancer and it was getting depressing besides that, but it's okay. I just had two surgeries. I have 70 doctor's appointments on the book. I have 20 rounds of radiation and just kept CRM kept calling me. I'm like, I need to focus on something that's more positive. And Tracy Moffat's a saint. She put up with me. I had like chemo brain, but I did it. So personally, it made me feel like really like I've accomplished something major. And professionally, I learned so much, especially with reports. Able to do the open to buys, budgeting, inventory. I can go on.
Amazing. Thank you for being so willing to share your story with us. I think that just speaks to finding something positive in a difficult time, no matter what someone is facing. And we're so grateful on our end that we can be that space for our merchandisers, providing that community, especially since so many of our merchandisers, they might be a team of one at their shop if it's a smaller shop and they might not have someone they can turn to. So we're so grateful that we're able to play that role and help merchandisers at the end of the day and be a happy, positive, collaborative learning space, no matter if someone is facing challenges at their job, professionally, or personal things at home, health issues, what have you. And being that space means a lot to us as well. So thank you. And we're happy that you're one of our CRM graduates. We always like to see all the things that our CRM graduates accomplish.
Yeah, if I could do it, anyone can.
I love it. I love it. So, one of your, what I think is one of your standout strengths is the way that you train your staff and you really make it fun and create games, and there's a lot of learning opportunities. Can you walk us through one or two of your favorite staff games and what kind of impact they've had? I know you've done a poker game. Maybe tell us a little bit about that one.
Yeah, so the poker game, I mean, the games, the associates love them. It keeps them engaged, they learn and they win. Everybody wins. But you put a poster out, list the date it starts, the date it ends, the rules, and all the associates' names so they can keep tab. But on the poker game, I believe we had some shoes, and every time you sold a pair of shoes, the associate would pick a card, no peeking, out of the brand new deck of cards. And when it ended, whoever had the best poker hand won that pair of shoes. And we did it during a demo day out at the range. So the associates were able to go talk to the rep and learn. And then also it helped pick up the sales. So they were very excited on that one.
I love that. And I love using something like a pair of shoes as an incentive. I think that's a great connection there. And then how about your Jeopardy game? I know you helped us with writing a blog article in the past about this, but this sounded like so much fun. It was something I would have wanted to attend. Can you tell us a little bit about how you did Jeopardy in I think it was in your simulator, if I'm remembering correctly?
Yes, that was our kickoff. So main thing, the associates could gather and see everybody because they missed them over the winter. So that was great and also refreshed some of their memory on things. And we did it on this big screen. We had Alex Trebek, and I know it's not the same, but I was Vanna. And we had different categories. We had kazoos. The kazoos was the buzzer, but the different categories like Papa has a brand new bag, so it was questions on bags. It's a sunshiny day, so sunscreen questions, and then Final Jeopardy was the young and the restless. It was on the youth program.
I love it. That is so much fun. I would have loved to participate in something like that. How interactive and seems like a good icebreaker for getting the season started as well on a positive note for everyone.
Yes, they loved it.
And were there prizes for that game as well?
Yes, there was a gift card, so whoever won received, I think we had a $50 gift card because we kick off with a big amount.
Awesome. I love it. Another one I know you've shared with us is the winning on a losing pitch. Can you tell us a little bit about that opportunity for your staff?
Yes, they love that one because each employee gets to write on an index card something they think will never sell, that's been in the shop for a while. And they get to sign their name to it. So when they all get thrown into a hat and you draw one. And they're like,
Mm.
really, this is what you picked? But as soon as they sell it, they get a gift card. So they had a lot of fun. It was a good challenge, great way to move stuff out of the shop.
I love that. And that's fun because they're seeing what other their colleagues put into the hat. So everyone
Yeah.
has an opinion, I'm sure. What a great challenge and really working to clear out that inventory that you don't want it to celebrate a birthday and sitting in the shop for super long. So that's an awesome challenge for them. And do you do gift cards to somewhere special? Is it a shop gift card? Is it a gift card to somewhere local? Or does it change for these sorts of games?
I pick out a variety of gift cards for every season. Currently, I have Chick-fil-A,
Mm.
Amazon, Wawa. I think so I currently have, but vendors are always giving you freebies. So I also hold on to those and I wrap them up. And so you can choose the gift card and you don't know where it's at or the
Mm.
amount or the mystery prize.
That's a great way to repurpose those samples or things that a vendor might gift you. What a great way to let your staff win those. That's terrific. So, another initiative I know you have going on at your facility is your Clothes for a Cause, which I think is a really cool approach and it is multifaceted. It seems like it's a great way to clear out that leftover inventory as well. And you tied it in with a staff sale. So, can you tell us a little bit about what Clothes for a Cause is, what it benefits, and how it works with the staff sale?
Yes, so CCV has a foundation, CCV Cares, and they take donations and it's for an employee that maybe has some kind of hardship, could have medical bill, anything that comes as a challenge, and they could apply to get some extra money. It starts out with our inventory. Sits on the floor too long, we move it to the sales rack, which is terrific reductions.
I love it.
And we put 25% down, written in the new price, the members know what the price is, and we also put the date. And every month I pull about 10 items, the oldest ones,
Mhm.
and get them moved out of inventory. And the River Shop does that and the tennis shop. And then when HR, which they love because they think this gets more associates to the meeting, when they have their meetings, after the meeting's over with, they go into the next room, which is the clothes for a cause. And they could get up to 2 items of clothing and 1 pair of shoes. And minimum donation is $5 each, and it's payroll deducted. So
Mhm.
they want swag and gifts, whatever they want to do with it. And I think the first one, we had 85 pieces and we sold like 65 and they donated more than just the minimum. We made over, I think it was about $1,035. And they were all like,
Awesome.
when's the next one?
I love that. What a great way to work out that aged inventory out of your shop that you're pulling those items every month. And what a great way to use them. I know staff sales are moderately popular. I know not every facility does a staff sale, but some do. But what a great spin on it and giving back, making it donation based. I think that's just a terrific way to give back and encourage everyone to get involved and having all the shops locations, items being contributed. That's terrific. I love it. About how do you do that once a year, twice a year? How often do those sales happen?
They have three, HR has 3 to 4 staff meetings a year.
Okay.
The next one will be in June.
Hmm. Awesome. Awesome. That's great. And so I'd assume that you work closely with the HR team in organizing that sale and getting it all squared away with them.
Correct. And they'll make sure I have the forms for the employees to sign for payroll deduction,
Mm.
make sure I have a cash box. So they're great. We just work together on this and the employees are so happy.
Oh, I bet. I love it. I love it. A theme I think overall is, it seems, at Country Club of Virginia is fun, engagement, getting the staff involved, which really is what makes everyone's jobs just better, right? No matter what your role may be in the golf operation. I know I'm sure certain that you're bringing a smile to their faces, Wendy.
Thank you.
So, a question we get a lot at the AGM is regarding ladies' apparel, that a lot of our merchandisers struggle with getting the right assortment, the right fits, the right vendors, and really keeping all of their ladies happy. That's always seems to be a challenging category for many. And I know you've had an interesting approach to this at Country Club of Virginia. How have you approached this, and what kind of feedback has shaped your strategy for women's apparel and accessories?
Jess and I would just, especially go into vendor meetings, we would talk about the lady items. And we found out at my location, longer skirts. Hers want short. She cannot keep sleeveless. I cannot sell sleeveless at all. And so we decided we wanted to know, and especially looking at the pricing on some of the items, like what's the most a lady will pay for? And we have two logos. Do they want the fox? It's just so many questions. So we decided to do a focus group. And we emailed about 40 ladies, some of the top buyers and from the golf committee. It was on a Thursday night, like at 5:30. We just had some light snacks like pretzels and tea and water. And we emailed them an agenda of what we were going to talk about. And they were all so happy. And then afterwards, we did send them back the notes. But we first let them know certain things like what consisted of this agenda and what we wanted to discuss. They came to the meeting and we talked about obstacles, what was in the works, any kind of feedback they gave us, and what else they wanted to talk about. And they brought their notes. One lady had show and tell, stuff that she bought in the past that she wanted to see to come back. They were all excited about it. And we were just gonna let them know, like, the turnover rate for the ladies compared to the men's,
Mm.
how everybody wears a different size, and about having our physical inventory and trying, the shops are so small. And so we went over what was in the works, like trying to do more communications through emails, maybe some shopping events, and maybe an online shop to see how they felt about that. And we let them know, like at West Hampton, we carry more polos. The river has more sleeveless. I have the longer skirts, and I carry youth. The river does not. And they're golf eccentric, so they have a lot more golf. They have clubs. I don't sell clubs.
Okay.
And so that gives a more variety for the members. And I think they're now programmed like at West Hampton where I'm at, it's more of a gift shop, lifestyle shop. And then we went over what both shops both carry, which is Peter Millar. But we'll carry different, like I'll be heavier on the smalls because I'm youth. And so all that little stuff helps. It gives more of a variety because we can't just carry it all. And then we wanted to know if they liked trunk shows, did they like non-logo apparel? Because if they did, we could bring more in because it's easier to send back. But they all wanted the logo. We found that out. And we talked to them about if they wanted microsites or any kind of additional communication. And we just found out so much, and it was great. We found out they preferred one logo over the other. They preferred it on the sleeve. It's just stuff that you really need to ask the ladies and you'll increase your sales.
Absolutely. That's incredible. What an outstanding event. And it is so interesting that two shop locations with the same members, a part of the same facility, have different kind of idiosyncrasies of their shoppers, that one, the skirt length, the sleeveless versus sleeves. I think that's so interesting, and I'm sure the ladies really valued you and Jessica taking the time to go through all of that with them and, having that conversation and being willing to talk through those things with them.
It helped a lot. I recommend everyone do
I
that.
love that. Did you send them like any questions or information in advance, or did you really get into the nitty-gritty once they were all there at that gathering?
We had a slideshow, but we used it at the gathering, but we sent them the agenda of the
Okay,
items we want to talk about.
got it. Got it. Okay, so they had a little bit of an idea. So if they did want to gather their thoughts or their show and tell and all, that's great.
Yeah. And they knew there was going to be an open discussion at the end. So they brought notes.
And just curious, were the golf professionals on your team a part of that conversation as well, or did you just keep it with the retail team and the ladies there?
Just the retail team and ladies.
I think that might be nice. I think one conversation we talk about is making the ladies comfortable. So I think that's nice of you and Jessica being warm and friendly and familiar faces to them, that encouraging that dialogue. And it's all about making the ladies comfortable. So that's great. And is that something you think you'll do again at your club? Or maybe is there a different type of focus group down the road for CCV?
I think we'll give it a year and revisit with the same ladies. They give us our input, give us their input regardless. But I think once a year, I think the ladies would appreciate that. And then you'll know if it's not as many showing up, then okay.
I love it. I love it. So, what's next for retail at Country Club of Virginia? Are there any initiatives or brands or events that you're really excited for coming up this year or in the future?
We found out the ladies really didn't care for trunk shows because the hours were not good. We felt like, especially shoes are a problem. For us, you can't carry all the styles nor all the sizes. So we decided to set up a traveling shoes and we sent out advertisement. So down at the range, there will be the vendor with a size of the runs and all the shoes. And we'll do a different one each month this summer. So we
I
got
like
that going on.
shoes can be a challenging one just because it's hard to store them and having every size. So I think leaning on your vendor partners for something like that is terrific. And I think a different vendor every month is wonderful. It gives them some variety.
Yeah, we made a big poster so they'll know if they prefer G4 over Echo, then they'll know what month they want to come.
Are there any brands that you're really excited for or maybe testing out in your shops this year or anyone up and coming that you're excited about?
We are going to bring in Roback,
Mm.
so that's going to be exciting. We went on a benchmarking trip, and so we
Oh.
visited their home office slash warehouse. So that'll be exciting. Usually Christmas time is when we'll bring something new in to introduce it, because even it could be just a special at Christmas time only. So
Right.
that's one of our best times to do it. So that's going to be exciting. And Sunday Red, we'll bring that in. So
Nice.
yeah.
Very nice. Yes. Holiday's a great time to try out some fun things that you maybe wouldn't during the core golf season necessarily.
Yeah, and there's one other company, I can't think of the name of it, but they were not actually at the PGA show. There was a lady walking and she was wearing it and we stopped her. And we contacted the vendor. I'll let you know how it works out, but we're gonna bring it in for the fall.
That's awesome. I think seeing someone wear something is probably the best sort of advertising anyone could have. Seeing a real live person wearing it and styling it. That's great. What advice would you give to someone perhaps new to golf retail who's getting started in their careers and maybe looking to build a strong, positive shop culture like you've created at the Country Club of Virginia?
Honestly, it's all AGM. It's all
Aw.
AGM. It really is. You guys are great. You get to go every Wednesday, or there's recordings, so you're going to learn something every week. You learn something from AGM. You could go to their website. Y'all have so much information. You can spend days on there. Days. I would like to close my door and just say, I can't be bothered today and just explore everything y'all have. So that's what I would recommend.
Oh, thank you. That is just so you, and we're so grateful to have you a part of our community. I think of you as one of our familiar faces that folks will see and see that you're on one of our webinars. And we see you every year in Orlando, which is always a special time of year to see everyone in person as well.
Yes. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
ma'am. All right. I think that about wraps up our questions for today. Thank you so much, Wendy, for chatting with us. This was so special, so great to learn more about the Country Club of Virginia and all the fun things you're doing there, especially around staff training and having a really positive, fun environment for everyone. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And thank you, everyone, for tuning in to another episode of the Fairway to Retail Success. We're so delighted to have you joining us for these episodes. If you have any feedback, please don't hesitate to reach out. Always love to hear from you, whether it is a recommendation for a future guest or topic idea. We're always all ears for everything. And we look forward to seeing you again soon in our next episode. Take care, everyone.